Quiet down and listen up. Tony is talking.
Hey everybody, Tony Katz here. Thanks for watching this episode of Tony is Talking. You cannot have a conversation this week without talking about Wikileaks. It just can't be done. Wikileaks is the organization headed up by a guy named Julian Assange. He's the editor-in-chief, and he pretty much looks like the bad guy in every James Bond movie you've ever seen. He's a little smarmy, a little too cut in the jaw, has one of those, if his hair was wet, it'd be one of those ridiculous comb-over kind of things. Well, Julian Assange heads up Wikileaks, and Wikileaks has access to 250,000 plus communiques and cables from the U.S. State Department. Things that are, according to some, very damning. According to what I've read, nothing I didn't already know. But what we're seeing from the mainstream press and what we're seeing from the punditry is a lot of very narrow thought. We should be going after the people who did the leak. We should be going after Julian Assange. We should be questioning what's in these communiques. We should be asking ourselves whether or not this is hurt policy. Everybody being very, very specific on the things that they're talking about. My question is a little more broad-based. Why not go after all of it? If we have somebody who's leaking classified information, they must be tried for treason. If we know that there's someone accepting this material and publishing this material, they must be tried. If there's something in the communiques that we need to know about, or that is damning to the United States or to some other subject, let's find out about that information, discuss that information, and see if there's anything that we can glean from it to help us in the future. I don't think that our lives should be about nitpicking the most important subjects. I have said on the radio that I want this private Bradley Manning, the kid who supposedly did all the leaking, I want him tried for treason. I absolutely want Julian Assange picked up from wherever he is. I believe he's in Australia right now. Just put him on a plane and bring him back. There are questions to be asked. And I made this analogy, and I think it's true. If you have an issue with picking up Julian Assange, think of it this way, United States government. Pretend Julian Assange is not Julian Assange, but he's four Italians on a New York street corner, and one guy says to the other guy something about the concrete business. Then you can send in all the FBI agents and police you want. You can round up everybody in the coffee shop, everybody down the street, everybody's mother, and then you can, let them sit for 4, 6, 7 months and figure out what you're going to do with them while you assess the situation. If that helps. However, the real conversation about WikiLeaks and this whole situation isn't about this Julian Assange character, although I want him tried, and isn't about PFC Bradley Manning, although I want him tried, and isn't about what's in the documents, although I want to know more about what's in the documents since they are already released. This is about responsibility. Two things happened this week that I think kind of explain this well. One is a fight in an NFL game between the Texans and the Titans. And the Texans have a receiver named Andre Johnson who quite literally ripped the helmet off one guy and punched him in the face. I haven't seen that in an NFL game since the Steel Curtain. And when Andre Johnson was asked about it, he said, I lost my cool, I made a mistake, I know I'm going to get fined, I hope I don't get suspended. He didn't obfuscate. He didn't blame anybody else. He didn't equivocate. He said, I did it. I'm sorry. I hope I don't get suspended from a game. That's what he said. And in a second story, South Korea's defense minister resigned in tears because her country was attacked. And it was attacked under her watch. And she didn't know the attack was coming. She was not prepared for the attack. So she did the honorable thing and resigned her position in the South Korean government. Two very different stories from two very different walks of life. This isn't about Julian Assange, though I want him tried. And this isn't about PFC Bradley Manning, though I want him tried. And this isn't about the information, though I want to know more about what's in it and what information we can glean from it. This is about responsibility. That responsibility falls at the feet of Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. She's going to try and tell you how it wasn't her. She's going to try and tell you how we're going to find the people who did this. She even referred to these leaks as an attack on the world. But it's an attack that happened on her watch. And while there may be people out there who don't want to accept the concept of responsibility, the responsibility is hers because she took the job. When you take a job, you have to accept what comes with it. You either succeed or you fail. In this case, there's nothing else to say, but she failed. And now she has to resign. Today.
Listen to the Tony Katz Radio Spectacular Monday through Friday on the All Patriots Media Network. Copyright 2010, allpatriotsmedia.com.